Hey guys, I'm right here from my point of view, and today I have this 2019 Cadillac XTS, and I'm gonna go ahead and get started because the wind is picking up a little bit. It's supposed to rain is in the forecast today, so nonetheless, here is the MSRP price, the sticker price right here, and the wind is just gonna keep on blowing, so apologies. Let me actually just go ahead and do this inside. So here's the actual sticker price for the car when it was brand new. 2019 was the last model year for it. So the package I have right now is the 2019 XTS front-wheel drive luxury. The engine, 3.6 liter V6, 6-speed automatic gearbox. I'll get more to that in a second. The standard vehicle price when it was brand new was $50,000. And that's tested. The one I have right here, $53,480. Probably add like another 50 bucks to it because it does have a front license plate, little bracket. So those usually cost like 50 bucks, but I mean, this is all what it is right here. 19 in the city, 28 on the highway. So not so bad on the highway. But nevertheless, let's go ahead and go back on the exterior. Front license plate mounted in the front. I removed it. The car looks absolutely beautiful. This is one thing I like about Cadillacs. It got like a lot of angles and straight lines and stuff like that. The headlight design is completely beautiful. This rides on the same platform as the Impala I tested as well. I'm actually in the same location, but the Impala I tested was the 2.5 liter 4-cylinder. You can get the exact same engine in this one and the Impala, and then once again I'll go over that later. Nice big wheels, not too chromy, not too flashy for this Cadillac. I'm pretty sure you have different wheel options as well, because you can get twin turbo V6 in this thing. Nice little chrome down here at the bottom of the door trim. Little chrome on the door handle. No chrome out mirrors like the Impala, like the Premier. Little chrome over here as well. But overall, the body design, you can't even look at it and tell that this is an Impala. And if you know if it's Impala, then you probably see some similarities in between them. For example, the Premier has a dual exhaust in the back as well. You get the V6 in the Impala without the dual exhaust, but only in the Premier. And I do love these taillights as well, how they're just so angular. So let's go ahead and just open up the trunk real quick. The doors are unlocked. There's no button here, but if obviously you press a little emblem right here, it pops open. Look at these taillights. I love the designs of these taillights. And while we're back here as well, even though it is based off the Impala, sadly, trunk space is not the same as well. It's kind of small in here. I don't have the exact measurements in this, but you still do have like a little spare tire here. I don't like this little flap right here, but I think this is magnetic, so it kind of sticks right here and you can just slide it, but it just feels cheap and flimsy. You can put down the back seats. Let's go do that real quick. For more trunk space, it is a 60-40 split, so you can max out the trunk space if necessary. So but nevertheless, the rear of it, absolutely beautiful. Once again, you can't tell that this is based off a Chevrolet Impala unless you really, really know your cars. So that's the exterior of the car. Very short and simple. This is a vintage Cadillac design. It's a big, full-size sedan. It has nice crease and angles and stuff like that. I believe this is a very handsome car. You don't have to be a whole person to actually really admire this car. This thing is actually very beautiful. So it replaces the old STS and the DTS. But sadly, once again, this car is out of production. But we'll hopefully get to a Cadillac dealership and look at the other Cadillac sedan models. So nevertheless, here's the key. And once again, I think this is one of my favorite key fobs. I like the way it just feels. It has a nice weight to it, stuff like that. Lock, unlock, remote start as well. So the key's in my pocket, the doors are locked, but still you just have to press the button. Doors unlock, but those buttons are located on all the door handles. Hopping inside, got a nice little wood trim right here. Soft padded materials throughout. Me being 6'9", I can actually fit in the Impala better than this. For some odd reason. I believe because this infotainment center is like slightly wider than the Impala. I mean, you could do in here. You'd be better off in the Impala versus this XTS. But nevertheless, since we're here, let's go get started up. From the brake, the button start. That bonging sound is kind of loud. Not kind of loud. It's very loud. So while the standard price was $50,000, and this is a option up to $53,000, you do have the base gauge cluster right here. One automotive journalist best suited this as a Pontiac font, which, be honest with you, now looking at it, it does remind me of like an old Pontiac Grand Am, stuff like that. But you can get this in the LCD screen. I'm not sure if I go in the Cadillac dealership, they will have an XTS V or V Sport on display, but we'll see. But let's just go over the features real quick. You have memory seats over here. All windows are automatic down and up, just as a luxury car should be. And the windows actually go all the way down, like they should as well. Steering wheel is nice and simple. It's not too big, not too small. You got your cruise control here on the left, your audio speaking and stuff like that if you have your phone connected. On the right side, just the volume and the track seek and all that stuff. Parking brake is in the same location as the Impala, but it's still like a different button. You have a trunk release down over here, nice little storage space over there. Like I said, soft padded materials over out. Bose stereo, which sounds very good. And this is the downfall of the Cadillac of this generation. You have the Q system. So I'm gonna put in the XT6 did not have this old Q system. This is the little problem right here. This climate control, no radio knob, volume knob. If you want to turn up the volume, that's how you do it, and then cut it down like that. You can also do it from here as well, but it takes a long time for it to respond. I don't want to be copyrighted as well. Using this up here, yeah, it is kind of, you know, sluggish a little bit. Got the home button, phone, user, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, climate control. You hear a little thunking sound. Obviously you could turn that off, but it's very annoying. This is very sensitive. It's like last night when I was playing with this, I didn't even touch the screen, but it picked up the sensitivity. This is very, very sensitive. And I'm pretty sure you could change through the settings as well. Glove box right here. I hate it when you press it. It sounds like it unlocks or a switch goes throughout all four doors. I don't know what it is. Yeah, parking sensor over here and parallel parking system over here as well, so that's actually good. You actually have heated and ventilated seats down over here, climate control down over here as well. And like the Impala, the screen will raise up, but for the Cadillac, you press this little part down here, and this whole part opens up, and then you can have a little storage space, you can put your phone and whatnot. So that's the difference between the Cadillac and this Chevrolet Impala. So once again, it's not rebadge engineering. They changed a few things here and there. Steering wheel is different, gauge cluster is different, infotainment center is different. You got the glove compartment button down over here as well. You do have like a weird little storage space down here. Kind of hard to get the stuff in and out. This thing will just quit opening up. There we go. 12-volt socket down over here as well. Cup holders. And you have more storage space down over here. Micro SD card. And you have another USB and 12-volt socket down here. Nice little light over here. Decent size. Here's another little feature that's the same as well. The park, reverse, neutral, drive. Pretty much the same out the Impala. Only thing that's different is the manual mode. So I'm in park. I'll put it all the way to, look. So we're in park, reverse, neutral, drive. Then I put it back again, manual mode, but it's still located in drive. So neutral, drive, manual mode, but it's still in D. So the Impala and the other Chevrolet products will have the little gear selector right here, press to go up and down. But on the Cadillac, you actually have paddle shifters right here. So this is the paddle shifter. So I'm actually in manual mode now. Press it, that little button, and it goes down to M, as you can see. So now it says sports, we're in manual mode. Push it out, now you're back in drive. So essentially, when you're in drive and you push it down again, it just pushes you into sport mode. Press the button, manual. Simple as that. Soft padded materials up here. If you're into that type of stuff, all throughout here as well. This is soft padded as well. So if you're tall like myself, you rest your leg right here, you'll be fine. But that's pretty much the inside of the cabin. I do not have a sunroof, but I'm pretty sure this actually comes with a panoramic roof, because the Impala, as we saw in the dealership, actually had a panoramic roof. I'm gonna go ahead and raise up the seat a little bit, and let's see how I fare in the back seat. I know I was just back here demonstrating the trunk space, but time is pressing. Being 6'9", the passenger seat was just up a little bit. I do have plenty of leg room and feet room as well. Nice little space down here, storage space down over here as well. It's nice and soft. Padded materials back here as well. Very small little storage space over here on the door, but a storage space nonetheless. In the back, you do have vents. There is no climate control back here for the rear passengers, but you do have heated seats as well. Just a one setting, on or off. Oh, look at that. Nice size armrest. You press this little button, you have a little cup holders back here. This is actually my first time sitting back here and playing with this. And you do have a nice little storage space down here for wherever you need. And here's what I'm talking about. Starting to sprinkle over here. Yep, starting to rain down over here. But like I was talking about earlier, the Impala that I had a 2.5 liter four-cylinder, and I got that engine on purpose because you can't get that in this Cadillac. But this is actually the 3.6 V6. Now this has 304 brake horsepower and 264 foot-pounds of torque, made to the 6-speed automatic gearbox. This is the exact same engine that you could get in the Chevrolet Impala. Now this is actually different from the V6 that was featured in the Cadillac XTS and the Chevrolet Blazer that I reviewed. Now those engines had like 310 brake horsepower. The engine, that Blazer and that Cadillac XT6, was actually the LGX engine. This is the LFX. It's a different engine, that's what I'm trying to say. It's not the exact same engine as the Blazer. This one should be good for flex fuel. And obviously you can convert any engine to flex fuel, but still. This does not have the auto stop system as well. But let's go ahead and do a little quick little acceleration real quick. I didn't count to see how fast that was, but it does pick up pretty well. The 6-speed. It's an okay transmission, but it's not as good as that Mazda CX-5 that I reviewed with that 6-speed automatic gearbox. So this will do. This is actually good for cruising in the city. Best suited. On the highway, sometimes it's kind of hesitant to choose which gear to get into. But it does pull very, very strong. I do like this engine a lot. So cruise around highway speeds. Sad to report, you do hear a bit of road noise and some of wind noise. I'm doing 65 right now. So if I just push it up to 70, let it coast. The engine is spinning below 2,000 RPM. Even though this is a 6-speed automatic gearbox, not the 9-speed. Let's test it out at 80. And let's see. Now at 80, you're exactly at about 2,000 RPMs, I would say. So it's actually somewhat similar to the 9-speed for cruise on the highway. The seat comfort in the XTS is actually kind of firm. It's not the soft plush type of seating that I was expecting. This is by no means like a sports sedan, or is it trying to be. But I wish the seats were a little bit softer. You know, you have good support right here as well, but yeah, I just kind of missed that comfort little feature. It is easy to drive though. Speaking about the Impala, visibility is actually very great. So this isn't overall a bad car. It's just in the market, which doesn't exist anymore. Ford's out of the game with the front wheel drive, you know, large sedans, no more Taurus, whichever the Lincoln version was of the Taurus. So I hate to say it, Cadillac was actually smart to pull this thing out. But hey, this car is on the used market, so if you're interested, I mean, hey, give it a shot. But I'm still gonna try to attempt to go to a Cadillac dealership. I know it's raining. You go home. Cool.
So that's your newest Cube.
Thank you.
And it does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto.
Yes, sir.
But you still have to plug in for that. But the 21s, they're saying that they're going to have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so you don't have to tether your phone.
I didn't even know that. Thank you so much about that.
Yep.
All right, thank you, Mr. Scott.
You got it.
So we're actually gonna look at this CT4 real quick, being quiet because we're in a dealership. But let's see what trim level this is and the color.
Did you get me in there?
Yeah, I'm gonna see.
I'm only kidding.
I am liking the gear shifter a lot. That knows that, yeah.
Pretty cool. If you get the 2.7 in this, then you go into the other shifter. The other precision shifter.
Gotcha. So you heard that, but I like this shifter. Let's see if I can fit in this better. Just like the ATS, I can actually fit in this as well. I mean, my feet are, no, I can fit in this. I do love the gauge clusters a lot. The volume knob I'm not digging. That might as well should have been down here. But the key lever is nice and chunky. Oh yeah, this is nice. Nice small little sunroof, but it's nice. I like it. Let me get back outside real quick. Alrighty. It's nighttime review. Let's go hop on out. Time to give my final thoughts of this car. So as you see, I turned off the vehicle. Headlights are still on. But I do want to notify the light bars on the door handles, which is a nice touch. I do not recall if the Impala Premier has this at nighttime. Have paid attention to it. But that is a very nice touch to this car. But while the vehicle is still running with the remote start system, I just really want to go over this styling just one more time. I really do like the front end of this vehicle. Yeah, the headlights are on, kind of high beaming right now. I apologize. But while it's on, I do want to just point out this headlight right here. I like how it starts down here at the bottom and then continues on the way up right here. This is like vintage Cadillac to me right here. That's actually very gorgeous. So what if it's front wheel drive? To be honest with you, it does its job perfectly fine. The 3.6 V6, 6-speed automatic gearbox, 304 brake horsepower. It pulls great up hills, and it can actually hold its own weight. Yeah, this is a vintage Cadillac design to me. This isn't one of those sports sedans, CTS, ATS, CT4, CT5, whatever, whatnot. So if you're thinking for that stuff like that, then I'm sorry, this is not your type of car. Let's go ahead and actually just go for a drive. And I'm actually gonna put it into sports. And without talking about the performance right now, I do want to talk about the quality of the seats. I am very disappointed in Cadillac. I know this car is discontinued, but the seat comfort in this thing is poor. The people who are going to purchase this vehicle is not, you know, sports enthusiasts. It's going to be, I'll say, you know, 50, 40 age people who want a nice little Cadillac, you know, large sedan. And these seats are, I hate this. I hate to be blunt with it. They're very uncomfortable. But anyways, I'm in sport mode, 3.6 V6, 304 brake horsepower. I'm gonna floor it. Did you see how fast this speed? This thing gets up and hauls. This is one of the things I really like about this 3.6 V6. The 6-speed, yeah, it kind of hunts sometimes when you floor it. It kind of like, which gear should I get into? But then when it finds its gear, it hooks up and go. This thing is pretty much a riot. Handling wise, it's actually pretty good, even though it's a large sedan. It handles just like the Impala, which is not a bad thing because the Impala can hold its weight. And it's easier to maneuver. And it's easy to maneuver just like that, and it gets up to speed. The only thing I dislike about this car is just the seats, and that's the seats. I wish this car was well insulated. Then it is currently. You do hear a lot of road noise. But I mean, that's pretty much it. All right, guys, so my final thought of the 2019 Cadillac XTS, based off the Chevrolet Impala, I would just say test drive the Chevrolet Impala Premier and test drive this. See which one you like the best. I believe the Chevrolet Impala Premier, and I believe the LTZ, I haven't drove that one yet, but it's pretty much the same car. The seat comfort makes a huge difference. In the Premier, this thing blows it away. And that pretty much takes away its driving experience driving this Cadillac. The seats are very firm. So if you're considering this, then I would say go ahead and take on a lengthy test drive. That's the only downfall about this car, the seat quality. I'm banging on too much about that. But this is Omar from my point of view, and thank you guys so much for watching my video.